Hey guys, happy Monday, welcome back. It is Monday afternoon. I didn't hop on this morning because since I'm not teaching, I didn't really have anything to fill you in on. So this week, like I said, my student teacher is doing her full-time teaching. It went really well today. I was in and out. I was in here for overall most of the day, but kind of right away in the morning because we have specials at 8:45. So I left from 8:15 to 8:45. That way she can just kind of get them settled and I don't know, that way I feel like then they're like, okay, she's teaching us today. She can get them, you know, through morning meeting, kind of go over the day, all that stuff. So then after that I was in here the rest of the day. I kind of tried to work on some stuff to get ahead for like our math planning still. But then again, I was just kind of, you know, watching, and that way we kind of went through and talked about some things that have been going well and some things to think about as far as like for teaching stuff this after school today. So that was good, but overall it was a good day. It's finally sunny here. It's still cold, but the sun's out. You can kind of see it through the window back there. So it just, I don't know, makes me have energy. But I'll kind of flip around and can kind of show you what we're doing this week, even though I'm not the one teaching it. All right, all of our read alouds this week are by Patricia Polacco, and we've already read 3 of her other books. So our mini lesson today was just kind of like an author study, doing noticings on things she always does in her book and she often does. So that was for our reading lesson, and we will keep reading Patricia books this week. For word study, we are still doing letter sound recognition. So last week we talked about like the ah sound, and then today it was recognizing the different spellings. So like steak, like the EA, the sounds it makes versus the EA in peach, and organizing words by those sounds. We're also still focusing on would you rather writing. We got theirs back today, and a lot of them, just didn't necessarily put in a lot of effort when they did it at home on Thursday. So we talked about that, and then we redid. So today they're gonna do, or tomorrow when they're home, they're gonna do winter or summer. And they filled out this part here at school, and their reasons and their examples were much better. We both kind of went around and checked theirs, and now we had a really good example of a student's that we read to them today and shared. The student said that was okay, and I'm hoping that they come back and theirs looks much better. So again, if you want these, they're free on my TPT. We also sent them home with this checklist. That way they can make sure they have their topic sentence, a reason, elaborate on that reason, 2 more reasons, and then conclude it. So hopefully they come back on Wednesday much better than they were. And for math today, we did addition word problems, and there's some extra information in most of the problems. They just had to focus on what is the question actually asking you and what information do you need. And then we'll do that, obviously the same thing tomorrow. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, Miss Kohler will be teaching them the first day of subtraction. So we're gonna start slow, model the regrouping with base 10 blocks, and hopefully, because that's always a tricky thing in 3rd grade, is the regrouping and borrowing for subtraction. So we're gonna start slow with just 2 and 3 digit numbers and using those base 10 blocks to model it. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on this week. Someone commented on my last week's video and asked about like science and social studies. We honestly, since this is just week 2 of hybrid, we're trying to make the most of the time when we have here for our reading and math. We will obviously be doing science and social, but it was just a lot for us to switch over. We're not used to only seeing the kids every other day. So we had just finished up our space unit right before we moved to hybrid, and our next one for social studies, our next unit will be mapping. We did introduce the 7 continents with the continents on a map video. It is hilarious. My kids love it every single year. So I think we watched it again today because they asked, and we'll probably watch it again tomorrow because that group will ask. I'll link that here. It has like millions of views. It's really funny though. It does a good job of helping them remember the 7 continents. So we have talked about that, and then last week on Friday they had an activity where they went and explored on Google Earth and just found somewhere where they'd want to visit. So just introducing them to Earth, and we'll start talking more about maps. But yeah, I know we need to teach it, but we're not trying to jump in all at once and overwhelm ourselves and the kids. So probably next week we'll start incorporating that more into their work at home and into their day here. So anyways, it was a good start to the week. It feels weird kind of not doing anything. I still read The Wild Robot. That's the chapter book we started. This is like my favorite book. So I did still read that today to them. So that's pretty much the only thing I did though. So it feels weird, but I don't know, it's good just to, I feel like I'm thinking a lot more about my own teaching, watching somebody else do it. So it's been a good experience. All right, I will let you, tomorrow we're doing the same stuff, so I'll fill you in if anything changes, let you know what works well. And we'll see how their writing comes tomorrow. If they put a little bit more effort into it than this first group did, or if it's just a conversation we needed to have in general. So again, we're all getting used to this hybrid and doing stuff at home type thing, so it'll only get better. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I clearly am not at school anymore. It's Tuesday afternoon. It is Reggie's birthday, so here's the birthday boy. I've never baked anything in my life, and I'm currently attempting to bake him a birthday cake, so we'll see how that goes. But until that's ready, I'm just gonna keep throwing his Frisbee that he just got for his second birthday. And yes, the snow is still here. Anyways, I'll fill you in on what we do tomorrow since today was the same stuff as yesterday. Again, I'm not teaching it all this week, so I did go through my picture books today, which I've never done, and I found the best book. I'm gonna show it to you tomorrow. I'm excited to read to my kids. They're gonna think it's hilarious, and if they don't, I will be surprised. So I'm excited for that. I went through all my picture books and kind of organized them. I went by the title. I put them in order by alphabetical order by title, because that way when I'm looking for a book, I can find it easily because I don't always know the authors off the top of my head. So that's how I decided to organize those. They've never been organized before. I went through them for the first time. So I did that, and tomorrow and Thursday are Orange and Black Day. We are from a smaller school, so we usually still do like Halloween stuff. Let me know like if you guys still dress up for Halloween when it's a normal year. I know a lot of schools don't. I think we're kind of getting to the point like where maybe we won't, but we're doing Orange and Black Day the next 2 days. That way each cohort can have that. And Friday, the kids will be able to show us their costumes virtually. So yeah, I can't wait to wear sweatpants the next 2 days. We're gonna celebrate this guy's birthday the rest of the day, and I'll see you in the morning. Hello guys, happy Wednesday. It's after school now, so I'll give you a little update of what we did since it was a new day, I guess, kind of with our group A kids. It was Orange and Black Day for Halloween, so sweatpants and sweatshirts. That part was great. Let's see, so I'm still not really teaching because my student teacher is full-time. For our math lesson today, I did help out and we kind of co-taught because it was our first day with subtraction, and if you teach third grade, you know that when you regroup and borrow, that is a struggle. But let me flip around here and show you what we did this morning. All right, we're kind of doubling up on reading lessons. So our mini lessons are on nonfiction books. So today we talked about thinking about what you know before you read a book and what you learned after. So we read part of the book, Our Seasons, and we did what we knew beforehand, and then they talked about what they learned after. So that was our nonfiction mini lesson. We also are focusing on Patricia Polacco this week. So down here we have a bunch of her books, and my student teacher had the students kind of take some and look through and go through what they noticed in all the books and some of the books, and then they also she talked about how she always has a dedication page, so you kind of know who she was thinking of or who the book was for. So, oh, there we go. Just her dedication page. So they looked for the dedication pages too, and just kind of made some connections across Patricia Polacco's books. For writing, they brought back their second or third would you rather opinion writing, and theirs that I read today were so much better than the ones that they wrote last week. They all right, for writing they brought back a would you rather this morning, would you rather opinion writing, and they wrote about would they rather always be winter or summer, and they did so much better than they've been doing the last few days. They had their topic sentences, they elaborated on their reasons. They were awesome. So today for writing, they got to choose their own opinion topic, and they will bring that back on Monday. So they could choose whatever they wanted. So a lot of them were doing like why Fortnite's the best game, or why being the goalie is the best position in hockey. What were some of the other ones? That's all I can think of off the top of my head. But they got to choose their topic. They still had the same outline, so come up with your reasons, and then give an example or elaborate on those reasons, and then they'll write it. Write it out into a paragraph. So I can't wait to see those and how they do when they are choosing their own opinion topic. So that was for writing. And for math, first day of subtraction. So we definitely like co-taught this one. My student teacher started it off and kind of introduced it, and then once the kids were off and working, we both helped and worked with them. So we used base 10 blocks, and this is kind of how we introduced it. So the kids each got one of these. They shared with their table. There's so 2 people per container, and we did all the subtracting, modeling base 10 blocks. So we did this first, modeled it for them, or I should say my student teacher did. So let me just show you. So we introduced it like this. So if it was 62 minus 17, we had them make the top number. You're starting with 62, we are taking away 17. Starting under 1's place, we need to take away 7. Do we have enough? No. So what do we need to do? We're gonna trade this in for 10 ones. I'm gonna pause it so I don't have to count these while you're here. All right, so we'd get our 10 that we traded the 10 in for, traded the 10 in for 10 ones. So we only have 5 left. So we're gonna update this. We had 6, now we only have 5. We had 2, but we added those 10, so now we have 12. All right, now we can take 7 away. So 2, 4, 6, 7. How many do we have left? There are 5 left. Perfect. 10's place. We have 5. We need to take away 1. Take away that. What's left? 4. Perfect. Our answer is 45. So we did a lot of those. They didn't all require borrowing. Like if it was like, 58 minus 23. That way we could be like, okay, you have 8. You need to take away 3. Can you do that? Just getting them to slow down and think about that. And just we had them modeling it with the base 10 blocks so they understand what they're doing when they're crossing that out and doing this. That way they aren't just memorizing a procedure. I think it's going to help a lot of kids having that visualization and the hands-on and actually physically trading them in, counting them out as we move on. We did do some 3-digit numbers, so they had, they had their hundreds in here, 10s and 1s, and they practiced subtraction with that. Tomorrow, when they do their own, I did send home paper base 10 blocks that they cut out today and put in a baggie so they can use those. And I also recorded a video just showing parents how I introduced it and how we modeled that. It's pretty much what I just did for you right there. I did that exact same thing on my phone and sent a video to Seesaw just saying, hey, if your child needs help, here's how we introduce subtraction. They're gonna have these paper manipulatives. Here's how you can help them and how they can use those to solve the problem. So beginning, we did it, started before lunch, and a lot of them were like, oh my gosh, I hate subtraction, this is so hard. And then by the end, they're like, oh, this is kind of easy. So it was good, but like I said, if you teach 3rd grade, this is always a difficult concept for them to understand. But like I said, hands-on, doing it this way, I think is the way to go. If you just try to teach them to memorize a procedure, it's a struggle. All right, well, that was about it for today, though. Ready for round 2 with the next group tomorrow. Got our base 10 blocks. Get those ready for the next group and do it all again. Friday's our virtual day for everyone. It's Halloween on Saturday, so we are gonna do some kind of stuff virtually. Like on Friday afternoon, they'll get to wear their costumes and show off and do bingo and stuff. So we have that to look forward to. But yeah, I will see you in the morning and let you know how things go with 2nd day of subtraction, or teaching subtraction. Have a good one. See you in the morning. Can't wait to wear sweatpants and orange again tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is the afternoon. I officially got to go another day with sweatpants, pajama pants for orange and black day, round 2. And our last day with kids this week, and tomorrow's our all virtual day. So, stuff we taught was pretty much the same as yesterday, so not a whole lot to report there, but I cannot remember if I already talked about this. So if I did, and I find this later, I'll cut it out when I'm actually putting this together. But when Miss Kohler, my student teacher, was teaching, I went through all my picture books I said, and I found this book. I don't remember if I said that, and it is awesome. Like, it literally just, I learned so much from it. It literally just talks about animal poop, which is weird and awesome. So tomorrow for our virtual day, I decided, since we were teaching nonfiction this week, like thinking about what you know about a topic before you read a book and then what you learned after. I thought this would tie in perfect, so I recorded myself reading this so they can listen to that tomorrow to apply one of the mini lessons that my student teacher taught them. So they're gonna write down what they know about animal poop before this book and then write down some facts that they learned afterwards. So I'm excited for them to do that tomorrow because, I don't know, what a great book. I did not even know I had this. I don't know how a kid hasn't found it yet. I don't know when I got it, last year, 2 years ago. It says we got it from a local car dealership. They donate books every year, so I don't know if I got it last year. Did I just get this year? I have no idea, but great book. It's actually really interesting, so you might want it. Anyways, tomorrow we are gonna do a couple things virtually, Halloween related, like we'll play some bingo and we're gonna let them show us their costumes and stuff and show their friends their costumes. Otherwise, it's gonna kind of be the same old, same old. So maybe tomorrow when I'm going through stuff, I'll show you what we're having them do tomorrow. And we get planning time then, so I'll kind of fill you in on what our plans are for the next week. So that's all I got to report today. I will see you in the morning. Okay, bye. Hey guys, happy Friday. I totally did not check in this morning. I didn't check in after school. It was even our home learning day and I didn't hop on at all. I totally forgot and I'm exhausted now. So I'll give you a quick check-in and kind of wrap up the week. So here we go. Okay, first of all, it is like 42 degrees out, so the snow is finally melting and it's supposed to stay nice for a few days. So I'm loving this. I'm out here with Reggie. You gotta go find your Frisbee, bud. Where's your Frisbee? Oh, is this focused? Focus, focus. I think it's focused. Okay. This morning for our morning meeting, we did not wear they didn't wear their costumes, but we did Halloween bingo and they loved that. That went really well. After that, they had their seesaw activities and stuff to do, and we had PLC and we kind of planned out next week, talked about what we want to accomplish. We also created a survey to send to parents to see how hybrid learning is going so far. So we'll use their feedback to make adjustments. I think someone wants me to throw his Frisbee quick, so 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So we will use that feedback to see how it goes. And then we got planned out for next week. So I will start doing some teaching again next week. My student teacher has 2 weeks left and she only did 1 week of full-time because she also has a 6-week sped placement in our school. So she doesn't have to do 2 weeks like I think is pretty normal if you're doing all 12 weeks in one room. So she'll have a total of 14 weeks total student teaching, and so 1 week full-time with me. And so yeah, next week I'm gonna take back our reading lesson and our writing lesson, and she'll do the rest of it still. Also the election, I want to talk about the election and teach my kids like kind of about the electoral college. So we traced out a map today to kind of track the election next week. So I'll throw in a clip of us tracing that because I posted it on TikTok, so I'll put that here. So I'm not exactly sure what I want this to look like yet, because since I only see the kids twice a week and I don't have a ton of, you know what I mean? Like you want to fit everything in still. So we'll see what that for sure looks like. My plan's kind of to find an article that explains the electoral college and maybe to get some background information on the candidates for the kids to read on Monday and Tuesday in guided reading. And then we can kind of make predictions on what we think is going to happen. Reggie dropped. Make predictions on what we think or how the election's gonna go, and kind of track it as a class then on our big map that I outlined there. So anyways, that's kind of what went on this week. That's what happened today, and follow along next week to see how we cover the election and how me adjusting back into actually teaching goes. So have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll see you next week.